I thought I'd take a couple of pictures of Trump over to that photo forensic. I mean, there he looks a bit like Charles, I have to say. But you can see the white mask underneath, the added mask. Because they've added that head to the footage. And then all those bits on it are them where they've manipulated it, or do this, do that, whatever it is. Obviously the background's not real, some weird thing there on his eye. Almost looks like writing. But not a real picture. And I think you'll see that, yeah, it's a very interesting bit. I can see it right now. And I'm going to talk about it in a moment when I made another part of the video to come on. Yeah, look at it all. Yes, look at that. That is there first, and then his head is put on top. Anything where it's got lines on the body. Look, there's a pink one on the right, a black one on the left. There's black around his head. And that is the original person who's underneath. And then they've stuck his head on the top. That's my favourite one. Look at that. That makes up Trump. You can see the big box over his face. Different eyes. Box over his mouth. Do you see that box? There it is, look. Because all that makes up Trump's face. Yep, so that picture's not real. Crazy or what? And then I think photo forensic will invert one of the pictures. But they're different faces, aren't they? And he was moving around a little bit there, considering it's a photograph. How can that happen? And this is another photograph. Same problems, where they've amended bits of it. Although this one stayed more. But obviously the background's been completely changed. I think the hair changes around on that one. We're going to go back and look at that bit again in the photographs. It's changing a little bit on the photograph. It's changing a bit. The photograph. Anyway, let's go on to the next one. So that one is not. This is Stan Laurel. We still have all the same problems. See, this is totally manipulated. They've even done things to his hat. You can't see his face. You can't see if that's him, and look at his body. So he's been totally fabricated. Around his mouth, there's a bit here around his mouth where they've done. There you go. Look at that. And the other day I told you that Fred Astaire looked quite like Stan Laurel. So all I've done is mess around with the photo forensic, and you see that they could be the same person. Do you see that? Look at the eyes. Just look at those eyes and look at Fred Astaire's eyes. Just look at the face, the chin. It's just a few more. I mean, that looks so like Fred Astaire. I think, well, maybe that's the inverted side of it, but look at the boxes. It's even all over the hat. That was quite, where was it? That was, yeah. Obviously the person's a lot older than they say then in the picture. Of course, no metadata. This is Elvis. This is Elvis Presley. You've got this thing going on with the right eye. Do you know who else had a problem with his right eye? Well, the same sort of thing where they've put more emphasis on that right eye. It was Trump. I'll just stick that bit in. So we've got Trump here. And he's going to have the same problem. Well, see, that's the person underneath. That's because they've superimposed him on the top. That head behind is a little bit bigger than his. Oh, look at it all on the lines. See, the pink lines and the black lines. And even a white one there around his neck. And a blue and green one, or blue and whatever colour that is. And then there's the problem, see, because they have accentuated that eye. It's his left eye, our right eye when we're looking at the picture. So I've done the same thing here on this picture, slightly different manipulation, or where I've picked it up in that photo forensic tools, but look at that square around his head. Look at it. Wow. Horrible, but he's got the same problem. And what it is this person's been added into the footage, which is why that line's around there, and then later on it's colourful colours, you know, reds and yellows and greens. Why can't it just be a picture? Why does it have to be totally manipulated? I mean, he almost looks like someone else there. If you hear any grunting noises or whatever, that's my dog. She's always sleeping and snoring and grunting in her sleep. Anyway, you can see that that picture's not real. And look at that. I'm not sure if one is inverted or not, but on the other hand, there's two versions of him. This is how they get the different pictures of Elvis. You see, he's different. I mean, I'm going to play that again. Back about here. Let's go back a little bit. Go back to here. Just, it's weird, isn't it? But the picture's not real because he's been superimposed in. It's just a cartoon copy. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, no metadata. Oh yeah, see here, it's a bit of black. Here, there's red, yellow, red, green. Only around his hair because he's been superimposed into that foot picture. If it's supposed to be a picture of them, why can't it just be a real picture of them? What I see here is that this, like the other one I showed you, is added to the background. Obviously the background then is not real, and then this is stuck like a postage stamp, doesn't it now? It looks more like a postage stamp. That's what it is. Anyway, let's put the little video on I made. So yeah, very strange that, isn't it? Why couldn't you just see his face? His eyes look very close together there. And there's lines around it, but we'll see a bit more about that in a minute. And I used a magnifier. Now that, we're going to stop on his face. Look at all those colours in there and manipulations. That is his eyes. And his nose. Oh, it looks quite frightening, doesn't it? Whatever it is. Nose. Eyes. Ugh. This is all the manipulation that they've done. And this is why it shows up on the photo forensic. These are all the manipulations they did to make a photograph and put it out. It's very well organised, isn't it? Because it's everything. It's everything that's to do with them, which they are. They're all part of the same thing. Look at that. You can see his nose and mouth, ears. It's all been manipulated. Probably to make him look a bit younger and good looking or something. I mean, that's a bit strange. That could be someone else there, couldn't it? Is that really Elon Musk? I mean, it looks like someone else, but this is the breakdown of the photograph, seeing all the errors and problems. All you do is go to photo forensic, pick a photograph, and then use the tools on the right hand side. It's very simple. I mean, who's that? I mean, that looks different. I'm not sure if they invert one of them, but and his hairline has been done. The colours, the red, the black, anything that you see like that, that is them, where they've manipulated the photograph in, because it wasn't really an original. It's pathetic, isn't it, that they have to do this, and the media are doing it with everyone else that's running us. Think of all the other organisations. I'll mention one, courts. I'll mention two, police, and it goes on. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you those little videos to show you that everything is manipulated. Oh, let's do one of Katie Price, Katie, whatever her name is. I'm going to do one of her. Wow. We have two for the price of one. We have Katie and Orlando. Very, very good, this one. Very, very good at the end. Sorry it's at the end, but that's the way it happened. So I'm using the magnifier there, and it didn't do anything because I haven't touched the photograph. But the moment I start touching the photograph, you can see that it's not real and it's been manipulated. There you go. Her hair has been manipulated around her ears. Look at that. Just look at that. I wonder what that thing next to him is. Do you know what it looks like? I'm going to tell you what it looks like. That thing looks like a rabbit or something, or a mouse with a jumper on. Look, standing right next to Orlando Bloom. I can see its eyes. There, look. What is that? Anyway, you can even see it in that manipulation. There's something else there. Do you see it? You can see its eyes. But anyway, that's how manipulated the footage really is. And the boxes. Always the boxes on the head, because then they have to add the faces in. Look at her eyes there. What's that? Look at that. Scrub, 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 scrub. Make her look younger, whatever it is. Look at it all. Just look at the manipulation. Even the people. Nothing's real. I mean, that could be the original photograph with someone else underneath. They look like they've got different hair. But anyway, that's all the manipulation on the picture. But the best bit's coming up. I'm sorry it's at the end. It's coming in just a little bit here. This one, oh, it's just after here. Doesn't even look like her now, does it? I suppose you can see that that's Orlando, but it doesn't really look like her. And that's because, I don't know, it seems they have to make the plate and then they stick them on the top or something. Anyway, this picture of Orlando Bloom, so that's the one they're showing. But photo forensic shows. Did you see that? There's another man underneath. Sorry, it's him underneath. He looks older and he doesn't look as happy, does he? Another man underneath. Well, him underneath, but another picture of him underneath. Crazy or what? And you can see that she's a cartoon. There you go, Orlando. Come on. A different picture of Orlando. And this is what they do to you. This is what they do. Look at that. Another man underneath. Sorry, I say another man. Another version of him. Older version of him. Not looking so happy underneath. There you go. Photo forensics is brilliant. So the whole lot are not real. Just composite things. Just made things for you. Why do people have to do that? Why couldn't we just see the original and they were together? Thanks for watching.